Welcome, everybody, to the Superhumanistic podcast, where we talk about all things health, wellness, and longevity. Thank you for joining us today. We are your host. I'm David.
I'm Jessica.
Make sure that you hit that follow and subscribe button on this podcast so you never miss another episode. We put out one episode a week on Saturdays. Also, check us out on YouTube and Instagram for additional content. And don't forget to share this podcast with someone that you love so that they can live a longer, healthier, happier life as well. Last week, we talked about the thymus.
Yes.
And if you want to learn more about how the thymus impacts your immune system and some possible ways to improve your thymus as you age, go back and listen to last week's episode. This week, well, we're going to be talking about a popular topic. What if the reason you're not losing weight isn't because you're eating too much,
but because you're not actually eating enough?
That kind of sounds backwards, but for a lot of people, it's exactly what's happening.
So whether your goal is to lose weight, gain muscle, or just maintain, your body actually needs enough energy to functionally
And if it
function properly. Sorry.
Okay. If it doesn't get that energy,
it starts working against us and instead of with us.
Okay, next we'll jump into the science. It's really simple and clear, so let's break this down. Calories are basically energy.
Yeah, your body uses that energy for everything. So movement, brain function, hormone production, all of it.
So when you drastically cut calories,
your body doesn't go, oh, great, let's burn fat.
It actually goes, we are in danger.
And it starts conserving.
Next, we'll jump into that metabolic response when it comes to this information, and this is where the metabolism actually comes in, which we always hear so much about. Always hear people say, oh, I have a really fast metabolism, or I have a slow metabolism, or I'm big boned or something. So we'll get into that a little bit more detail.
Right. So when we start to diet, or in other words, undereat, our metabolism actually is slowing down.
And then your body becomes more efficient in a bad way.
So we start burning fewer calories and holding on to fat, and sometimes even breaking down our muscles.
And that's the thing you're actually trying to avoid, is that fat storage.
Right, and that becomes more likely when we start to restrict ourselves. So the real world translation here, this is why so many people feel stuck.
They're eating less and trying harder.
And they're not seeing the results or even sometimes gaining weight when they do this.
And that can certainly be frustrating because it feels like your system is broken in some way.
But really the body is just doing its actual job in protecting you.
So that is quite the paradox. And here's the paradox.
To lose weight, you actually have to eat enough.
Not excess, but enough.
Right. So that means enough calories, enough protein, enough nutrients.
So your body feels safe enough to let go of stored energy. Next, we'll jump into the spiritual layer, and we always love to get into this part on our podcast. So there's also something deeper here going on.
Yeah, and it kind of it does go back to the Bible when you're reading some spiritual or listening to pastors, preachers, different sermons. You'll hear a lot about food and things like that. It's not how we eat, how we eat is often tied to how we think about ourselves as well.
And that restriction can sometimes come from fear.
Or control, or even a sense of not being enough.
And when you are constantly underfeeding your body,
you're sending that signal that you're not just physically, but mentally enough.
That resources are scarce.
When you nourish yourself properly, though,
you shift into a state of trust.
And your body responds differently in that state.
Next, we'll jump into that synthesis, that authority moment. So let's simplify this.
If you're trying to gain, or maintain your weight,
the foundation is the same.
You must eat enough to support your body.
Because when your body feels supported,
it becomes more efficient and more balanced.
And more willing to change.
So, what are some practical takeaways here? What does eating enough actually look like?
Number one, you want to stop that extreme restriction.
And second, you want to prioritize having nutrient-dense foods.
That's your protein, healthy fats, and quality carbs.
And then pay attention. So third, you want to pay attention to your energy levels throughout the day.
If you're constantly tired, hungry, or irritable,
then your body is signaling to you that something is off.
And finally, be consistent.
Yeah, our bodies thrive on stability, not extremes.
All right, that's what we have. We're going to go ahead and close it out for you today because your body isn't the enemy.
It's responding to those signals that we give to it.
And when you give it enough,
it will stop fighting you.
And starts working with you.
So maybe the real shift isn't eating less,
but learning how to nourish yourself more intelligently.
Physically, mentally, and even spiritually.
That's what it means to be more superhumanistic. We'll see you next time.
Bye.